my favorite performance of the year so far, just because it was such a mental challenge to play this team last night and have to get up and play them again today. Really, really pleased with how our team played today, really in all facets of the game. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I do not think I would ever want to play against Lauren Matthews the day after she has a rough match, because somebody's going to pay for that usually. And she was spectacular today, but we were good up and down the lineup, and when we're that good offensively, it means we handled the ball really well passing-wise, and it means Nadia Judene was really dealing out there, and I thought she was pretty special today. So with that, I'll take questions. Well, we've had our struggles in the first month, just trying to be emotionally and mentally in a good place, playing 2 seasons in 1 year, and like we've had to do. And I really think the beginning of conference play re-energized our team a little bit. This team was a lot of fun to coach this weekend. I thought we did a lot of things really, really well against a quality opponent. Listen, Marshall's had their struggles early on. Marshall will be there at the end of this thing. They'll be down at Old Dominion for that conference tournament, and they'll be a tough out in that tournament. And so lots of respect for them and their program. But we played very, very well this weekend, and it would have taken a really, really good effort to find a way to beat us. Well, I actually mentioned that to my staff at one point. I think they had 8 points, and 4 of them were our service errors. And we were just in the first set in that timeout. Usually when a whole game's gone by, I have a few adjustments that I want to make, and I didn't have a lot. We were very, very good in all facets of the game in set 1. And again, in this setting, coming out after just playing last night, I think it speaks to the mental toughness and maturity of this team. And so I didn't have a lot. This was all about these kids coming out and getting ready. What's a coach doing from day 1 to day 2? The coach is just, my work's done during the week. This is about these kids bouncing back and being ready to play the second day, and they were terrific today. Very, very proud of them, very, very proud of the leadership on our team. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're trying to really judge ourselves by how we defend right now. And I thought we were defending at a pretty good level in that third set in the beginning, but we have a stretch. It seems like when we have a stretch where we take a couple unforced errors offensively, sometimes that's a little bit deflating to us in all areas of the game. And we just have to brush those off and come back and make the next play. I thought the reason why we stayed ahead during that stretch, even when we made some errors, is because we were much more steady in serve receive today. It was a big bounce back match for Kelsey Brangers, handling the ball in serve receive. And so even though that game tightened up a little bit, I still felt like we did some really good things along the way in that third set. Yeah, again, this is one of those matches where the stat sheet won't necessarily tell the story serving wise. We had 3 aces, 8 errors. That's nothing exciting, but I thought we again controlled the flow of the match from the service line. It's not always about aces; it's about being disruptive to their offense. And they hit a 132 as a team, and a big part of that is them starting plays in rush situations, in bad situations, and that's due to some really effective serving. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that. Well, it's interesting. Last week in practice, sometimes in practice I tend to forget about Paige Briggs and Lauren Matthews because they're so talented. And I trust them to such a level that a lot of times when we get to practice and I start writing down the things we need to get better at, their names come lower on the list. And sometimes I forget to realize that I guess I take that for granted more than I should. And so last week was a week that I really focused on Paige. And I think the results of that this weekend were tremendous. I thought Paige was fantastic this weekend. And, you know, this coming week, I'd like to kind of be a Lauren Matthews week. I think it's time for me to reinvest in her a little bit and help her. You know, that kid plays her tail off every single night. And, but some of the things that she does out there are not real clean right now. And, you know, it's my job to get in there with her and help her get those things brushed up. And so I'm looking forward to getting in the gym with her this week and working on some of those things. And then, you know, continuing to emphasize defending, continuing to emphasize serve and pass. If we do those things, I think we're going to have a chance to win most nights. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to a road trip. You know, we've been at home for a nice long stretch, and believe me, it has been awesome to play in front of such great crowds here in Diddle Arena. That's a huge lift for our team. But, you know, when we're in town, I find that I spend most of my time with our team as their coach. When we go on road trips, I get opportunities to just spend some time around them and catch up on life, and it's just us. It's just our family. And I look forward to those opportunities. I certainly look forward to them when you're going to places like Miami, I guess. It'll be nice to get a little sun, and I don't know, we'll see about sand. I don't know about that part. We'll see when we get down there. But I'm looking forward to being out on the road with them. And then, like you said, we come back and have a midweek match against in-state rival Eastern Kentucky. And then we're into a weekend off, which is a rarity in the middle of the season. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming stretch.